Please remember to keep comments respectful. Okay, we'll go ahead and open the regular meeting for June 11th, 2025. Go ahead and get this meeting to order. Grace, can we have roll call, please?
Mike Nichols. Scott Highlander.
Here.
Charles Bates. Sam Payne.
Here.
Isaac Chavez.
Present. Taking a look at last month's minutes, we will open the motion to the board for approval of minutes from May 14th.
I'll make the motion, we approve the minutes for May as read, as written.
Okay, we got a first. Wait, I just noticed that Scott wasn't here, actually. So let's motion to table minutes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to table the minutes.
All right, second.
You were here.
Yeah, I was, but
You and I can vote on it.
to pass the minutes, don't we need a majority vote, correct, Don?
Don?
Majority has to vote in favor.
You and I be majority, 2 out of 3. That be right, Don?
What be right?
Can Isaac and I vote and make it official, or do we have to table it?
No, you don't have 3 votes.
Yeah,
Okay.
You have to have 3 votes. All right, first and a second, roll call, please.
Scott Highlander.
Here. No,
Sam,
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
that's fine.
What did I do?
I was looking for like an I.
Aye.
Oh, okay.
Scott Highlander.
Aye.
Sam Payne.
Aye.
Isaac Chavez.
Aye.
We tabled the minutes is what we've done.
Okay. Since
Yeah.
I wasn't here last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving forward. Double checking with the board here that we have no conflict of interest with what's being presented in front of us today. Or any petitions being heard. Okay, hearing none, moving forward. We'll make double checking here that no one's had any contact with anyone that is going to be presenting to us today. Hearing none, we'll move forward. So we'll go ahead and take a look at public hearing docket 2025-008 and docket 2025-009. Petitioner is Jennifer Pruitt with Jen's Friends Daycare Incorporation requesting a special exception to allow 2 in-home daycares on a B residential district under a child care class 2. Mr. Don Stock, can we have the staff report, please?
Yes, you may. I'm contemplating here. When we put this staff report together, we felt like it was a Class 2 daycare center. A definition of a Class 2 daycare center is a center which may be within the operator's own residence or within a separate structure which provides care to up to 10 children, excluding the operator's relatives, for more than 4 hours, but a day, for 4 hours, a day, but less than 24 hours continuous. The definition also includes the care of up to 5 additional children other than the operator's relatives, 15 total, who are not at the center for more than 4 hours a day. Well, that's not the case. We have a daycare center that has 12 children there from 8 to 5, I think it is, or 8 to 4. And so it isn't classified as a Class 1, and it isn't classified as a Class 2, but it is classified as a Class 3. A daycare center or child care center, Class 3, is a daycare center which provides care for more children than permitted at Class 1s and Class 2 centers. So we're good there. But where we fall apart in this process is that if you get back to the land use tables, and this is my fault because I thought it was a Class 2 structure. If you get back to the land use tables and give me an exam, I'm trying to get there. I should have marked it. A Class 3 daycare center is not permitted in a B residential district. Daycare or child care centers, class 3. At the time this ordinance was originally prepared, the state and or federal law limited local zoning from regulating this land use. However, this ordinance was written, recognized these limitations, so compliance must be specified at this table. So class 3 is not permitted in A, agricultural, A or B residential. It is in C by special exceptions. It is in a central business, roadside, or general business. It is in general business, is permitted in a general business district. So we may be here for really absolutely no reason because it being classified as a class 3 structure that's not allowed in a B residential district. The only way that this can possibly go through, they'd have to go before the Plan Commission, get it rezoned to C residential, then they'd have to come back here for a hearing as a special exception, as is permitted as by special exception to C residential. So I'm going to apologize that I didn't get all my work done for you. So you really can't make a decision on this because it's not allowed to be in this district.
Okay, well, we need to recommend this to the City Plan Commission?
You do not.
Okay.
What we'll do is we'll go back to the owners and tell them that we need to get them before the Plan Commission for a special exception or for a rezone from B residential to C residential. Once they do that, then they'd come back here for their permission. The daycare center is in place. It's going right now. And the reason for that is we had no idea they were even down there. And we never put a stop to them because we thought it was a class 2 and we could come through special exception, get it. If it got passed, then everything would be fine. But once we started going through and I did everything but look at the land use tables when I realized that it wasn't a class 2 because of, and the only thing that keeps it not a class 2 is that 5 children can, out of the 12, can only be there 4 hours a day. And that's not the case. At least if we don't know that because the owners aren't here to tell us whether there are 4 people that, or 5 children that stay there only 4 hours a day. So I would just say that we're not going to make any decision based on the fact that it's not permitted in a B residential district.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nonstock. Okay, we will,
Do we have to make a motion to that, John?
I do not think so because it's just not permitted. So I don't see how. I mean, it's
Okay.
you can't make a decision based on something that's not allowed to go in.
Well, I
Right?
mean, do we need to make have a motion on what you just said about,
About
we don't need to recommend this.
we
to
don't
the
need to
Plan Commission.
recommend it? Okay.
no, because it's not allowed.
Got
You,
it.
you can't make a decision based on something that's not allowed to go into the district.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, before
Well,
we,
one before you go, next month is all fence meetings. We have potentially 3 people coming in with fence requests. When you get into properties that are on the corner lots, both sides are considered front yards. And that means that on the side, which would normally be a side of a house, it's now the front of the house, and the UDO says you have to be at least 25 feet from the right of way. And so if you wouldn't consider the corner lot a side, then we wouldn't be coming to you before that, but it is, and they want to put it 9 feet off, and so it's within 25, a 6-foot fence, so they got to come and get a variance for that. So we have two of them with that, and then we have, I think, an 8-foot fence that potentially could be coming in. And,
I thought it all went off the rear of the house.
well, it would do that, except for on a corner lot, both sides are considered front yards.
Okay, it's on a corner lot. All right, I got you. I see now.
Because if a house gets tore down, it could face the other side of the street too. And
What is the street address now?
it's a Boone Street address. Is that right, Grace? It's
So the
coming.
house number is Boone.
Mm-hmm.
So the other side shouldn't be affected.
Yeah, it's Sullivan.
It's still considered a
Oh,
front
not
yard
Sullivan.
though.
Lindgren.
I would have to disagree with that. If your street address is Boone Street, no matter if South Street comes up along the side of that or not, you're still paying taxes on a Boone Street address. You're not paying for South Street address.
Might have a point there. We'll talk to the attorney, but right now we've been bringing folks in who live on a corner to get their 25-foot
That's where
variance.
that wouldn't be right, because you're actually paying taxes on a Boone Street address. Now, if you're saying their front also faces South Street, then you're gonna turn around and have to pay taxes on South Street address. They don't
Well,
have two addresses.
In the UDO, it states that corner lots, both sides are considered front yards, and so that's what we go by.
I understand
But
that's
I'll
what you
talk
gotta do,
I'll
but
talk to Alicia to verify that. Once again, I apologize for having you come in. We'll get her all taken care of. I'm sure that the owner's not going to be very happy when I make the call, but
Sorry we rushed you in there,
that's the way it
Scott.
goes. Yeah, Scotty. Thanks for your efforts.
All right, take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion, we adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.